This is something I think we need to talk about before we keep going forward. There are some things you're allowed to do with KDP and some things that you are not allowed to do. Now, while a lot of these things will apply to basically every print on demand business, I'm going to be focusing on the KDP specifics here. Now, you do not want to target other author names, okay? So you don't want to try to use something like J.K. Rowling's pen name or author name on your book. You do not want to try to create books that are based around Harry Potter or are, linked to them in some type of way without the proper rights. Now, the same thing goes with things like Disney. While you could easily draw up a Disney coloring book and sell it on Amazon with things like Mickey Mouse and, Pluto and all of the different Disney characters, do not do that. You do not have the rights, even if you drew them yourself. Okay. So anything like brands and companies and music, famous people, those are all things that I try to stay away from. Now, you can do a wide variety of things on KDP, so you do not need to actually go, to that length. If you want to use things like those, reach out to those companies and try to get a publishing agreement. Sometimes they will want money, sometimes they'll want a percentage of sales, sometimes they will want both. This is how licensings work with companies. So if you want to do something like Disney, go ahead and reach out to them. Now, Disney's going to offer a very hefty price tag, more than likely, and a very high percentage or very fine details of things you can and cannot do. I would go with smaller companies first and try to work with them and understand how the whole process works before you jump on someone like Disney. You're probably going to struggle. And when they tell you numbers or requirements that they would like in return, you are probably going to be scratching your head wondering how anyone would ever pull that off or accept that deal. So when you're creating these books, just be sure you're staying away from other author names, companies, music records, music songs, movie titles, all of those different things. This goes for merch by Amazon and just basically every print on demand business. Now, you can still do, princesses, a princess coloring book on KDP, but don't go start drawing, Anna and Elsa from Frozen, for example. Okay, so try to stay away from things like that. There's so much you can do out there. It's only going to hurt you in the long run. And the question I always get is, well, other people are doing it. Why can't I? Now, some of those other people are doing it, the legal way. They have a contract, maybe not with Disney, but with a sub-licensing company, or maybe it's not a Disney themed book. It might be something else, but there are people that actually have those rights and have gone through the whole process to getting the correct legal rights so they don't get in trouble. The other people, on the other hand, they will get taken down at some point and they can get a lawsuit held against them. They can be sued for, damage and how much profit they've made and much, much more, especially if you're facing a large company like Disney and you're selling, a ton of copies of books. Disney can email into Amazon, get your information. They can send you a letter, and then it goes all downhill from there. So I just want to make this very clear to stay away from things, okay? You do not want to go out and start taking all of these famous objects, all of these famous brands or characters, and start creating, any type of book with them. You want to make sure you have the proper rights to them. Additionally, like I said, you could create a princess coloring book. Just don't make it Disney princesses or any distinguishable princesses in it. You can draw generic princesses, or if you want to do animals, don't do them from, don't try to do famous animals like Kermit the Frog, or, that's a puppet, but still the same reference here. So this is just something I wanted everyone to kind of understand. I get questions in my Facebook groups all the time. Can I do this? Can I do this? So hopefully this cleared the air on this a little bit. If you'd like to learn more about this topic, just let us know, and I will be happy to do another longer video here for you.